I recorded my first win of the year against Trev in a pretty dominant 20-point difference there. So I'll take that. Felt pretty good about that.
Trev's team stinks. I'm sorry, Trev. But Justin Fields, come on. Trev's team stinks. Trev's team stinks. Trev's team stinks. Trev's team stinks.
What up, guys? We're here.
Good evening.
What's up?
We got Gage in the house, in the tool shed, actually. We got Gage in the tool shed, right?
Happy to be here, boys.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. What I wanted to do to start off with, though, just to kind of start off, because I feel like we need to address this. So, last week we recorded the first episode on Wednesday last week, and we all know some sad shit went down that day. And Dan and I talked about it before the show. We didn't want to bring sadness into the show, you know. We wanted to be a nice, a happy note to the day. You know, we just want to bring happiness to you guys, and so I just want to let you guys know we all did discuss that and all that, and you know, in this past week and all that is, you know, a lot of nasty shit has come out, and I just wanted to say there's some things you can't talk about right now, but one thing that both sides of the aisle can agree on is that fuck the Baltimore Ravens.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
exactly. Am I right?
Said it better myself. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you. And I appreciate the support on that. And I love you guys for backing me up on that.
It's baffling to me that this whole country hasn't united over mutual hatred of that team, to be honest with you.
That's what it needs. I think that could be what brings us all back around together. Just how shitty the Ratbirds are.
We have a onesie that we've used, you know, with our daughter, and now it's our son's, and it says my diaper smells like the Ravens.
Oh,
and I'm like, and he wore it. I mean, they didn't play the Ravens obviously this past Sunday, but he's getting so big. I needed him to wear it at least one Sunday before the season's over. So
there we go.
Yeah, he repped it, and there were some people that got a good kick out of it as they saw him on Sunday.
Hell yeah, I'll raise my beer to that. And anyone who's listening to this tomorrow morning, I hope you raise your beer to it too in the morning, as long as you're not driving.
The tool shed's a little crowded tonight. Gage was telling me before he hopped on here that he's been working out, pumping iron, losing some lbs, looking cut.
Yeah, who's iron?
Who's iron? That's a good
Yeah, boys, it's just kind of hit me, you know, with two kids, and you know had to get back in fighting shape, and almost down 20 so far, and the goal, and I was telling Dan, give or take, right, by the end of the year is around 40. So get back into fighting shape, get down to a good healthy weight, and it's about longevity, and that's all I care about.
You're damn right. You know, I read that you know, pumping iron and all that is almost just as good of a workout as, you know, running. You know, you're still getting that blood pumping, and you know, it just feels manlier too, you know, than running.
Oh yeah, and God knows nobody wants to actually run for an hour and a half every day. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to do it. If you actually enjoy that, you're a psychopath.
Exactly. But when you can spot another dude from across the gym with just as big as biceps as you, and you're like, you give him the heads up, the nod, you know, it's like, yeah, it's nothing more manlier than that.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Hell yeah. Well, there's nothing more
I
manlier than that.
I wasn't trying to have the healthcare talk. I was just gonna say I had heard that Gage was a little out of shape when he was being the top last week, and
yeah,
I just worried that he wasn't living up to the standards of Gage top, Jimmy bottom.
yeah. Well, in Gage, did you? Because it was wasn't it Boz top, Gage bottom too, right?
I can't remember. Yeah,
Man.
I think
Yeah, it was the Boz, the Boz.
The boss definitely
Banging from deep.
He dug me out of a little bit out of the hole, but not nowhere near. And we'll dive into some managerial and some executive mistakes and some bad luck, we'll call it. But hey, no excuses. The standard is the standard, as Mike T says. So on to week 2, got the dub, and here we are, week 3, against my best rival, and my best man, and the guy that I can absolutely kick the shit out of in ping pong on a daily basis, Dan Blau.
Hey, and with that, let's take a look at what's going on behind the tool shed.
Behind the tool shed. I'm so mad now. I'm so mad now because number one, spewing complete lies. If this is what this world has come to, he's never once beat me in ping pong. Let me just set the record straight.
Oh, Daniel.
Best man, best friend, love the guy. Sucks at fantasy football. Can't play ping pong.
Sucks at fantasy football.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, he's quoting Mike Tomlin. That just means he accepts mediocrity. You need to quote a winner. He's not a winner. So
he could also be trying to quote the Dolphins head coach, who said, in order to win the game, you have to not lose it. So
I was funny. I was listening to DVE on the way to take Margot to daycare this morning.
Oh yeah.
And Bauman made a joke that said it sounded like what's the coach of the Dolphins name?
Isn't it
McDaniels?
McDaniels. I was going to say McCarthy. I was like, that's not right. It was a mix something. Yeah, McDaniels.
And they were
Did I lose you? I didn't hear a word you said.
Where did I get cut off?
And every part of that after I said McDaniels.
Oh, well, I was just saying that they were talking on DV this morning and said that McDaniel sounded like he hit the vape before he went to talk to the reporters.
That's
Nothing what he said made sense.
No, he definitely. I got to take the edge off before I get in front of everybody here. You guys, this is not good.
How Miami has changed that dude. He looked like a total dweeb, and then he gets there and he looks like he's burning down rival, nightclubs. I'm like, he's got like a Jerry curl almost, like a modern Jerry curl. Looks like shit.
He's spent a lot of time in Miami, unfortunately. I think is what it is. That's what happens.
Too much time.
Yeah, for sure.
He went like Timex to a gold Rolex and $1,000 sunglasses.
Yeah, looks like he's waiting for the Johnstown flood on the sideline every day too.
Well, hey Gage, you won your matchup last week against Saquon Deesnucks. Oh, Billy Weaver.
Oh, Billy Weaver.
Tell us about this.
I'll tell you. I brought Billy into the league last year, and we didn't expect much out of Billy, right? New team, franchise out of Punxsutawney. We thought, hey, and it is what it is, right? I know he's got 2 kids. Most of us, I should say, some of us in the league do. I'll just be blunt with it. I'm tired of the excuses, right? Tired of them. I need more out of Billy. He's got Saquon, who led me to second place last year, and I think he's just wasting Saquon's talent. He needs to trade him out, put Saquon on a winning team, and give that guy an opportunity to win a championship in the tool shed.
Should have stuck to the proper. He's picked third. He should have went with Jahmyr Gibbs. He went with Saquon Barkley, which should have been mine. but I think he just wanted to go. I said it last week. He just wanted to have the fun name. He wanted to have the cool name Saquon. I wanted to have Saquon Nuss as my name.
Yeah, we gotta circle back to the draft too, because I
Oh,
I I have some absolute just I was baffled during the draft seeing QBs go and tight ends go. I was waiting for
that
fucking
was
JJ to take a kicker in the second round with the way the whole draft was going, and it was just total anarchy. And
it
I got to
was.
be honest, it kind of put me through a little bit of a blender, like
Wasn't
watching
ready.
everybody's picks.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, I thought we had this down. Like we figured this out. It was 13 years we've been doing this. I thought we had it figured out, guys. You're
Thought we
supposed
did
to
too.
go in the order that you draft.
Needs to be some sanctions against some of these draft picks that happened this year. I got to talk to the commish offline and see what we can do.
I was gonna demand a redraft, but I said screw it. Let's just see how this goes. Everything's topsy turvy.
Well, if
Hmm.
you, I can have our chief legal officer Adam T. Petrin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can have him. I can have him open up an investigation into draft strategy to make sure people
Yeah,
aren't purposely tanking.
I think
Well,
that's a good idea.
that I think
And
auto drafting. I'm not going to call out
oh,
any team by name. I think auto drafting's a little bit suspicious. I think that's a form of tanking a little bit. We got unofficial second managers on teams. I think there's a little bit
I
of
didn't vote
a
for
little
that
bit of
second
bullshit
manager.
going on here, going on behind the scenes.
Well, I think the commission can open up some investigations into that. I think it's worth the time and effort of Petrin to do all that.
And
All
as you
right.
know,
So
the league's a true democracy. So if people would like to open up inquiries against how everything's working, so be it. We can do that.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
All
But
right.
I would like to say that you probably won your round, probably because some Joe Burrow guy got hurt.
Well, I mean, we can definitely talk about Joe Burrow and that matchup if we want. If we want to open up those wounds for Billy again, I'm more than okay with
You
that.
know, we got you on the line. Maybe Billy would want to come on another week and defend that. So
I mean,
while you're here, we can
There's
take a
a
look at this.
there's an
I mean,
open
let's be real.
there's an open invitation to come defend yourself.
There is.
Billy
Don't forget that.
Billy lost by 39. You think Joe Burrow was putting up another 39 on top of the 9.8
Eh,
he had when he went out?
He's done
You
it
know,
before.
He's done it
he has.
before, right? But let's go back to probability and statistics of Mr. Bishop of 10th grade, right? Or 11th grade, depending if you were dumb or not. That ain't happening
I
for
never
the
I
second
never
week of
took
the year.
I never took that class at all.
Yeah.
So
I took it and then I went to transition to college math about a week later with Garneal. But Joe Burrow, notoriously in those first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he might put up some decent numbers, but he's not putting up enough numbers to win. Right? They're a trash team the first couple weeks of the year every year. He
Yep.
wasn't going to put up 48 points to put Billy over the top of Billy top, Trev and bottom. No chance.
Okay. All right. All right. It's a sound argument. I feel like
Yeah, he
against
had
Jacksonville. I mean, it was a tight game.
he had some underperformers. But I mean, so does everybody. But
Yeah.
I just don't see Joey putting up 48
Oh,
on the second week of the year. He can
yeah.
do it. He's been known to, but it wasn't happening second week of the year.
How do you feel about Alshon Genty, Ashton Genty? Sorry, the beer's
So
getting big.
so I definitely felt on drafting 13th out of 14, I definitely felt a little pressure on trying to grab someone, and I think I fell into the hype train a little bit. I think I I should have looked at that a little bit more. Probably looked at it a little bit more subjectively rather than just say, hey, he had a hell of a college year. He was second or third in the Heisman vote, and
Yeah,
thinking that was going to transition like he's like
it's right there
LaDainian
in the
Tomlinson or AP or Saquon, like he's going to jump in there and run for
yeah
1,500 yards his first year.
the grown men league. That's different.
Yeah, it's definitely a different ball game. I mean, he's currently sitting at 27th in the position rankings. He's got me just under 20 points in these 2 weeks. Definitely underwhelming, I will say that. But looking at what he's got coming up, he does have a Chicago defense that I think he can put some points on.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, Cleveland, um, Houston, the Giants. I think there's some games in there. I think he may get 1,000 yards this year, but if he does, I mean that's 15 more games. He's going to have to really pick it up because averaging around 40 yards a game is just not going to cut it, and that's just not going to get me where I want to go in this league.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. Well, you do have Alvin Kamara, and he's getting old, sure, but you know what? He's still a stud, I think. I loved having him on my team last year. I just hope he can stay healthy for you this whole year.
Yeah, he's not a guy that's going to get you 1,000 yards rushing, right? But he's all about the all-purpose yards, and he's going to catch
Exactly.
balls out of the backfield. The problem with him is he's just got to hold on to the ball. He has a fumble this year already, which
Ooh.
like holy shit, we're only 2 games into the season. He's already fumbled once. So
Yeah.
again, go back to probability and statistics. Is he going to fumble 8, 9 times this year? No, probably not. But it's not a good look. It's not good for the morale of Billy Top, Trev, and Bottom when one of your starting running backs already has one fumble for the year. We're not
Yeah.
even beat up yet. I mean he hasn't played a division game yet, so it's not even like it's hard nosed football yet for those jockeying for those positions in the division. He's played Arizona and San Francisco, and again, he had a great week last week with rushing yards. Receiving yards have been a little bit me, but he got me 6 catches last
It's
week.
it's
So
Spencer Rattler, he's still getting it figured out.
yeah, and that's kind of the reason I took him is because I know Spencer Rattler's not going to throw the ball down the field a whole lot. I mean, he's got Chris Olave, but he's gonna get doubled,
Yep.
and I figured Kamara's going to be a good check down guy, good PPR running back. Again, he's not going to get you 1,000 yards rushing, but he might get you 900, and then he might get you another 650 in the receiving yards. So in a good PPR league, right? It's almost like having another receiver out there.
I'll tell you what, if anything, he's a solid number 2.
For sure.
For sure. And I'll tell you, you brought up the fact that he has fumbled once. You know who else has fumbled once and actually cost them the game? Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, what a kick in the balls week 1. And you want to deflate your tires. And I mean, sorry, Xander, but fuck, I loved it. Right. I love seeing him fumble that ball
Oh,
and
man.
lose in week 1. And this is where typical Steelers fashion, they have a game up. I mean, not division, obviously, but you're still 1-0. They're 0-1. You have Seattle coming to town. That's a 10 a.m. local time start for them, so they're getting up early. They got the time change, all this stuff, and you just shit yourself. And as they go in and blow Cleveland out, and now you're both 1-1. It's just not taking advantage of the situation. That's my biggest complaint about really Pittsburgh sports in general. You play good and you can beat some of the best teams in every league, and then you shit yourself against teams that should be I don't even know, I forget what they call that in soccer whenever they bump people out and bring other teams in that suck. But yeah,
Relegation.
relegation. Thank you, Daniel. Teams that should be regulated, whatever it is.
Relegated.
Relegated.
Regulated.
I feel like I'm drinking.
I
It's
got
regular.
Yeah.
I was so distracted for like the last 5 minutes. I have no idea what you guys have been talking about. I was
Did I
looking at
hear the sirens in the background of your house?
There's like some sirens outside, and I'm looking at pictures of Jake Browning's girlfriend.
Oh,
And
okay. Yep,
I was
good call.
I was like in a Google search law looking at pictures of her because she's fine. He's the backup.
Yeah.
He's the now starter in Cincinnati. He might
Yeah.
be a stud.
Yeah.
He's the pride and joy of University of Washington.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, that was in the end, you ended up winning, and it may or may not have been because Joe Burrow got hurt. I'm gonna, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you did have the better team regardless, just because you're here and I'm talking directly to you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The power rankings don't really paint that picture, right? And that's okay. Right?
Hey.
We're going to take it one step at a time, and
just like the NFL analysts, don't listen to them.
I think the power rankings paint an appropriate picture. I'd argue.
Wow. Yeah, it's easy whenever you're sitting at 1 and 2.
Right at the top there.
Yeah. With Taylor Gang making a push from 2 to 1. It's power rankings are what they are. It's just about getting to the playoffs and seeing what you can do when you get there. And we've seen this league, right? Last year, I rode the wave pretty high and ended up losing in the playoffs. And
Scooped it out, yeah.
You just got to get there.
Won.
Exactly.
I think I was the last team in and ended up winning.
Yep. So you get in, you get hot, your teams get hot. They're starting to jockey for divisional races. They're trying to get in the playoffs too, playing a little harder, using up some of that saved energy from probably earlier in the year, and all of a sudden you're getting that nice Venmo from Dan for the league championship. So we're not stressing right now with the team. We're just going to jockey each week and see where we can get to and look at making some moves. We're not in the panic mode yet, but we're actively looking at
AJ Brown. Are you still starting AJ Brown?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I made some moves earlier today as I was quote unquote working. So we'll see. I got to look at the Rams defense, see kind of what they've given up to wide receivers. For a guy,
you know what? I can break that news. I can break the news. There's rumors in the league office that Gage is working the wire with Anthony. So we'll see if anything comes from that.
Okay.
Those rumors are true. We're trying to work a deal.
Denying those?
Nope.
Okay.
No reason to deny him. I shot some questions over to him and he gave me some responses, and with the brains slowly working on those responses. So we'll have to see kind of what comes up from that.
Maybe take him out to dinner, have a few White Claws, see what happens. Maybe some trades go down. Maybe some trades go down.
Medium rare.
We'll see.
Maybe some swapping goes on.
Yeah. Swapping is something.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, some moves were made today. Just trying to get some thought some good. I thought having what's his name Leggett from the Panthers on my squad would be okay. And man, he's just been a turd. So we got him off. And not that I expected Bryce Young to really be able to see over the line and throw the ball, but again, maybe they tailor the offense. Maybe he has some different packages, some different looks, some different routes. Nope, none of that happened. So he got off.
It was a letdown. That was the fantasy letdown.
He is. Yeah, well, we won't call that quite yet, but so we're working through some injuries, try to get some guys back on the squad and see how we can figure the rest of the year out.
All right.
I've heard nothing but mediocrity and excuses in the last 10 minutes.
Son of a bitch. That's why he's been not paying attention, right?
I was going to say, coming from the guy who hasn't been paying attention, how do you know what's being said?
I can listen and multitask.
You ain't doing shit over there.
All right. Here, let's go over who won and who lost real quick. last week before we get into the superlatives for it. Okay.
Gotcha.
I recorded my first win of the year against Trevin in a pretty dominant 20-point difference there. So I'll take that. Felt pretty good about that.
Trev's team stinks. I'm sorry, Trev. But Justin Fields, come on.
I just love how you came in. Trev's team stinks.
I mean, Trev, I love you, but your team stinks.
I got to be honest. I haven't even looked at his squad.
Oh God!
Here, I'm gonna take a peek real quick. Well, now Justin Fields is out. He's in the concussion protocol.
Yeah, he was out. That helped me win. That definitely helped me win.
And I'm wondering if, like, I don't even. I'm thinking he's making some questionable decisions. I know he lost George Kittle, but like looking at some of his starters, I can't tell if he's having a conniption or if he's tanking the season or if someone else is running his team.
I will say that if you look at the waiver wire, there's not a lot of good talent out there if that hasn't already been picked up. I will say that.
That's the trouble with 14 teams, right? Everybody who's
Exactly.
half decent is on a squad, and even if you have three running backs that are mediocre, right? It might be better than somebody else who has three that are just absolute shit, right? It's just tough with these 14 teams.
And Adam, I'm by no means trying to diminish your victory because you had a great week.
I'll take that, yeah. But what's the but here?
Daniels looks great. There's no but. Jaden Daniels looks great. Jaden Daniels, although I think he got hurt.
He did. Pissing me off. Everyone on my team's getting freaking hurt.
So your squad's looking pretty solid. I'm just baffled at how bad Trevor's team stinks.
Can we go back to being giving into the hype so bad? And I'll tell you what, if there's anybody who gave into the hype worse than me with Genty, it is Trevin with Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
he is awful. I think he has 50 yards or something for the year in two games. He's averaging 25-ish. Like, talk about and then they want to play him on both sides of the ball. Why?
Yeah, I think he's playing more.
Let him play DB. Let him play DB because right now he obviously nothing's being thrown to him and he can't catch for shit. So
yeah, okay.
Let him play DB full time.
I just realized who this was because I saw a meme about it because he shaved his dreads off and somebody said that he looks just like a Ninja Turtle now, like the OG like movie Ninja Turtles.
That's great.
It had me cackling a little bit. It was pretty funny.
Speaking of turtles.
Petrin
had a huge win. Second high scorer against Tony. Probably contributing to the second round quarterback to his loss. But Adam Petrin, very, very scary. Very scary team. 2-0. Number 2 in the power rankings. Bo Nix looking okay. Good team all around. He's always sneaky, scary team.
He picked up CMC, and you don't pick him up. The thing is that you can't not take him though when it's your turn and he's available. But you also take him knowing that at some point he's going to get hurt.
He's definitely going to get hurt.
It's just a fact. You're just going to get. It's like anyone who wanted to play Tua Tagovailoa. Dude's going to get hurt.
Right. And I have him right because I needed a backup QB, and I know he's going to get hurt. Right. I mean, it is what it is.
You're just hoping he doesn't get hurt for the bye week that you need him.
Yeah. Well, and that's a big reason why. We were making moves this earlier today.
Yep.
Big reason why we had to cut him loose. I cut him loose for Russell Wilson. Not a move I really wanted to make, but at least I'm getting some production potentially out of Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Tua. I mean, you saw his game
now. Yeah. Tua gets a hang now, and he's out for 10 weeks.
Do you want to hear a funny stat that I'm looking at right now?
Let me hear it.
And I'm getting close to classifying Tony's team as stinking too. But did you know that Tony has 3 Pittsburgh Steeler offensive players, and none of those 3 are named DK Metcalf or Jalen Warren?
I gotta take a look.
It's-
Where's he at?
Yes,
took-
yes.
He took the B team.
He has Caleb Johnson, Calvin Austin, and Kenneth Gainwell. Caleb Johnson shouldn't even be on the team anymore.
He is not returning kickoffs for the foreseeable future, at least.
No shit.
And I feel bad. I feel bad knocking Tony because he's like the nicest person of all time. But
Tony, I love Tony.
Dude.
I love Tony, but this is you're right.
I'm trying to think. I think whenever I saw him, I mean, shit, he's got 3 guys on that offense that are not gonna ever produce. He's got Jordan Addison, who can't come back for another 2 or 3 weeks. Fuck, Jared Goff, 51 points last week.
He
Holy
left that
dog
on the
shit.
bench. Yep. Went with Josh Allen, idiot.
Yeah. Who would have thought Jared Goff would score almost 40 more than Josh Allen?
Would that be? Oh
Christ.
God, that's I think that's our game changer thing too. Because if he would have played, all right, we'll save it.
yeah, let's
We'll
look
save
at let's look at Jimmy's. Jimmy and Xander.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about theirs. Pretty freaking boring. Neither of them scored even 100 points.
Yeah, worst game of the week.
But hey, Jimmy's 2-0. A win's a win.
He'll take
A
it.
win's a win.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take it. And then speaking of big wins, Grace Cheris cross pattern.
Look at that!
Gage.
Like, oh,
High score of the week.
Drew,
think-
did you even try?
Yeah,
Right.
this is uncharacteristic. Usually those scores are flip flopped.
Yeah. Yep.
And this is one of those, questionable teams here with this
Man.
whole, what we need to open up some inquiry about. But did it pay off? Did auto drafting pay off for JJ?
Son of a bitch. If I was
So-
Drew right now, I'd feel like the biggest doo-doo dummy head right now, losing to an auto drafter like that.
Right. And we can have the inquiries, but we can't say it didn't work either.
It did. Son of a bitch, it did.
Son of a bitch, it did. Yeah.
Let me speak from the commissioner's office. There wasn't a rule put in place about auto drafting as of the draft this year. And we do open up the league and league office for rule change suggestions in the summer, and nobody made any suggestions. But
We forgot about the auto draft.
But it seems like this is becoming a pattern. And I'm willing to open up an inquiry and consider this the first suggested rule change for the 26-27 season, where if you are not actively drafting, that there will be some type of sanctions. I'm willing to put that to a league vote for next year.
Okay. And at that point then too, I will also put the voting poll up on the Discord if it gets to that point. If we remember.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. Like his auto draft got him Jonathan Taylor.
He has a
Malik
good team.
Neighbors. Devontae Adams is producing. You know? He does. He's got a good team.
I mean, you can't sit here and say, well, you can't say that no one else had an opportunity to get those guys. Everybody did, right? Everybody had the opportunity to get those same guys
I
at
don't
some
know
point
about
in the
that.
draft.
I don't
right?
even remember.
He makes
Nope,
a
I
valid,
don't think so.
He makes a valid
Nope.
point because there were
Nope.
some questionable draft pick. No, I'm with Gage on this one.
Yep. Everybody had an opportunity to get Malik Neighbors at some point, right?
I'm
everybody.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and just say, no, they didn't.
Well, who was his first draft pick?
Without any.
Say his first draft pick was Malik Neighbors, right? Then Malik Neighbors is the only one that you can say not everybody had the opportunity to get, right? Because if JJ drafted 7th or 8th, and I don't even know where he drafted, and I drafted 13th, and he took Malik Neighbors in the auto draft.
His
That's the
first pick
only
was
player.
Malik Neighbors. Yep, it was.
There you go. So that's the only player that the rest of the league after JJ pick 9 or whatever that no one else had the opportunity to get. I can't sit here and say that it's unfair, because I had an opportunity to get, Jonathan Taylor. I had every opportunity to get, any other player that's on his
all
roster.
14 teams could have auto drafted, but that's not the point.
Exactly
And
right.
if they
That's not
would
the
have,
point.
I would have then ended up with Saquon Barkley, like I should have.
There you go. So the draft would have been completely different. Also, I think there's a mental component to sitting there at that time of night and sitting through the draft, the stress of your pick coming up. If you're, depending on where you fall in the draft, your stress gets a little bit higher. I think there's something to it to be there in person from start to finish.
You got to grind it out. It's the Monday night after Labor Day weekend. You probably
I
have
agree.
the meat sweats. You probably have a sunburn.
A little bit of a hangover still. You got the anxiety going.
You got the anxiety. You got the Sunday scaries times 2.
Yep.
But this is where boys become men. You got to be there for the draft.
Well,
but
I agree.
And
two more.
JJ's team was definitely a man in this one.
But Jay, there was no rules, so it's all fair. And JJ,
no
that's right.
Speaking of no rules, Aubrey Plaza just destroyed Mr. Feeney's big weenie.
Mr. Feeney's big weenie went a little flaccid this week.
It did.
Yeah, I think
Aubrey Plaza's V could not give any room to Mr. Feeney's big wee.
Yeah, even Aubrey Plaza didn't get the blue chews working for Mr. Feeney's big weenie, and I hate to say we both picked Mr. Feeney's big weenie last week, Adam. And
yeah,
Anthony proved us wrong.
Like him, we came up short,
And as the news broke, Anthony may be making some moves here. He's 5th in the league right now. He's in a playoff spot. Still too early to make to look at the playoffs, but he might, as we know, he's having some talks with Gage. So we'll see where that goes. Maybe we'll have an update next week.
Maybe. Okay, I think that covers everybody's. I think that covers Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy beat Xander. That was the worst game of the week. That's right.
I guess I don't get to gloat about my week.
Oh, that's right.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Your team is looking pretty okay. I'll tell you what, your team does not stink.
My team doesn't stink.
No.
My team.
I'll tell you, I'm pretty much rooting for anybody who plays Hetrick week to week. They're like my Ohio State, or he is my Ohio State.
He's
the Lone Rangers.
He could be playing. He could be playing with the worst team in the league, and he could be playing honestly anybody. And I'm rooting hard for anybody against Hetrick. The world versus Hetrick.
He's a secretly scary team. So you never. He's one of those. His team is one of those that will sneak in the 6th seed in the playoffs, and he'll do what I did last year. He'll go to the final, and something will happen. But Adam, did you put the superlatives in the chat?
I did. So I think I think it is time to get to the superlatives. Gage, are you able to take a look at these two? Do you want to go over these?
I'm trying to find them right now, and I can't.
It's in the podcast one, not the general, but the podcast channel.
There we go. Okay, I see where we're at here. Yep.
Yeah.
I see somebody's kissing Josh Allen here on Tony's team.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. That's what it is.
Okay.
First time I've seen that picture. I have no idea what that is.
Tony's coming out of nowhere with these pictures, and I have no idea exactly.
Josh Allen and Jamar Chase. It looks like that's fucking crazy.
We might have to audit Tony's team.
Yeah,
look into this here.
He's crazy. So yeah, looking at some superlatives here with starting off with Taylor Gang with what a week here.
Yeah.
156 and projected to get 133. That's a pretty good showing from AP there.
Yeah, definitely overperforming.
I feel like Petron's teams are they're kind of like a roller coaster at Kennywood. They got some high points, but fuck, do they got some low
Got some
points
low
whenever
points.
the season goes through. He's like a Western PA road, up and
Yeah.
down all
Like at
year.
one
And
point he's like steel curtaining it, and then at another point in the season he's like the Garfield like ride that
yeah,
goes through, the
Hey,
Garfield tunnel of love.
right.
he's won the league a couple times. Don't count him out.
And that's what I mean. That's what I
Exactly.
mean, right? He's got some high points, but I've seen some of the teams he's produced, and they have just been worse than the Jefferson County Jaguars, right? Like,
Hey,
holy shit.
it's bad. Throwing
Yeah.
throwing the Jags out there like that.
Playing at Harmon Field, and right behind
County
Presley's parents'
Jaguars.
house.
You're damn right. I have a backseat, view anytime I come over to visit. It's nice.
Holy hell.
Did I tell you I got invited to play ball with him one day when I was walking past.
I believe it.
They're like, dude, man, you want to play football? And I'm like, man, I'm like almost 40, dude. But then I was like, yeah, I'm coming over. I'm playing. And
I
I
love
did.
it.
And I threw for 300 yards in the first quarter.
Sounds like Dan Blau in the Turkey Bowl against
It does.
Trevin and
And like,
Theo.
yeah, I
Like-
almost lived up to that.
It's just the rules are reversed. You would have 300 receiving yards in the Turkey Bowl.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true. I'm like the white Heath Miller, so
That's what you're known as in Jefferson County.
exactly. Everybody.
I
Hey.
can't believe looking at the top scorers, Russell Wilson, free agent, number 2 top scorer, but who'd have thunk it?
Who exactly?
Especially after that week 1 performance. That week 1 performance was no bueno, right?
Mhm.
But I mean, he was slinging it, and here I am, maybe again, giving into a little bit of height, but when you got Malik Neighbors catching the ball, how do you
Yeah.
not take the guy throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors? Now I think
mean,
there's a little
that's
chemistry issue there, but I think they're working through it a little bit,
that's
and
something you got to
hopefully,
think of. Yeah.
well, we don't need 48, almost 40, or excuse me, we don't need 45 or 46 points a game. We just need to be in that like mid 20s, upper 20s to really just stay consistent and not have a 48 and then all of a sudden we have a 6, right? We need to just kind of
Yeah.
cruise it.
You're just gonna have to keep an eye out.
Was that a backdoor subtle dig at Trev for having what's his name go off last week and stinking this week?
Honestly, no. I mean, I'll say yes, but I didn't mean it for it to be.
Well, I was just looking because like Amon-Ra St. Brown's the only thing that's keeping his team relevant at the moment.
Yeah, but
Even
with on St. Brown, he still lost to me, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Tony's team had 2 of the top scorers. Now, one was on his bench, but if he'd have had Jared Goff playing, he would have beat almost half the league with the abysmal performances we saw in week 2.
Unbelievable.
He had a good week. Petron was just better.
Yeah. That's why he's got to be pissed off, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he is. If you do look, he is the number 1 most valuable bench warmer, Jared Goff.
He is. Look at that.
And here I am right here, Billy top, Trevin bottom with the number 2 bench warmer in Roma Dunze. And I'll tell you, there's something I'm really good at the last 2 weeks is putting my best receivers and having them on the bench. I've been very consistent with that the last 2 weeks, and that's an area where we're dialing that in a little bit. So
and
hopefully we don't continue to stay on that league.
Comforting to know.
I was playing DJ Moore as my flex, and he's technically supposed to be the number 1 receiver out in Chicago, and no, Odunze's come in and just flipped the script.
Yeah,
So
well,
I don't blame you for having him on your bench because he just wasn't there,
Why did you send a zoomed in picture of Derrick Henry for the false starters? Because it is looking at the Ravens' purpose, making my blood boil.
Well, listen, I just really wanted to emphasize he was the worst false starter to be played.
Yeah, I gotta go right past him into Malik Neighbors under the game changer. I can't even look at that ugly dude. God, he's so ugly. You'd have to tie a stake around his neck for the dog to play with him. Holy fuck!
Oof. And that's why he's a false starter. I'm telling you, he's a false starter, and everyone who owns should just probably keep him on the bench from now on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going into game changer, do we really think Malik Neighbors is going to put up almost 40 in another game this year?
I don't think with Russell Wilson.
I think he can. I think he's a stud.
I think he can, right? It goes back to the Joe Burrow comments and conversation we had earlier. He can do it, but is it realistic?
Well, was George Pickens putting up 40 points a game last year?
Fuck no, because there was nobody to throw to
last year.
Well,
yeah, did George Pickens even have a quarterback last year?
I saw him doing a lot of bitching last year.
Well, Russell was last year, and that's
and I mean, bad situation, terrible offensive line, terrible play calling.
But we're also talking about the New York Giants, which are like also the worst.
Also true.
A different scheme, right?
Okay. All right.
Jimmy had a little Monday night anxiety. Even the late game, pulling off that Monday night miracle.
He did
3-point win over Xander.
The game that nobody really cared about.
He needed every bit of Justin Herbert's dick for that game to squeak out that win by 3 points.
So this is saying here, going into Monday Night Football with a 16% chance of winning and then come away victorious. Justin Herbert did it for him.
Yeah.
Against Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Jim, you lucked out this time.
Wow.
But that's also, if you look at his projected, he was projected to get 130. He got, almost 40 less than what he should have projected to got.
Hey, sometimes the greatest teams have to face the challenges like Jimmy faced this week.
He did. He faced.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many points you win by. It just matters that there's another number in the win column.
As Brian Kelly said the other day after they beat Florida, he said we played to win the game. He didn't care if they won by 10 or if they won by 100. We played to win the game. Okay.
All right. Well, let's go through week 3 picks real quick and then get out of here.
Let's do it.
Let's save mine and Gage's for last.
Okay. On my list here, I see. Well, obviously, I'm first on the list on my screen. So I'm up against Tony this week, and I think I got a pretty tough matchup. I got a lot to overcome. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be playing or not yet. So my backup is Matt Stafford.
Great backup.
Great backup for sure. I'm not crazy about my number 2 running back, Tony Pollard. He hasn't really done too much for me yet. Tyreek Hill, he had a bounce back game last week, but still didn't get a score. I got DJ Moore. Hopefully that Odunze guy, gives DJ Moore the touchdown. I think DJ Moore got the touchdown, but it was his only reception last week. So, so yeah, let's. How about both of our receivers, Gage? How about that? How about we both get some good touches from?
I'm here for it, buddy. Whatever helps you right now.
I'm cool with DJ Moore. I'm cool with DJ Moore having a huge game.
Yeah.
In that fact, I'm picking you this week.
Yeah. Mark Andrews, I hate having him on my team. I hate having him. I hate it. But it's only because Dallas Goedert's hurt. So I have to. And that I picked up Grant Calcaterra, and he did shit. So not much more than Mark Andrews did for me. So whatever.
All he's good for is pushing Jalen Hurts on the tush push. That's about, if you could get points for that, he would be the league leader.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah. Well,
Juwan
and
Jennings, he's constantly hurt. So, but I got to play him. Is what it is. So we'll see. We'll see how my week goes.
I think I know you're right above me in the standings right now, Adam, and we'll see kind of how the week plays out. I'll say if Jaden Daniels plays, which
Yeah.
I heard today that he had a good practice, he had a good rehab session.
Yep.
They're pushing for him to make the outing at home against Las Vegas. If Jaden Daniels plays, I think you win this one. I'm gonna take you this week over Tony.
All right. Me too. You know what? I'm going to take myself over Tony this week too. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to say it right now, right to his face. If you're listening, Tony, I'm winning.
You are winning.
Thanks. All right, moving on. I got. What do you guys think of Sean versus Anthony here? The Lone Rangers versus Aubrey.
Based on Gage's rant 5 minutes ago, we know who he's picking.
Oh yeah, don't care who's up against Patrick. I'm taking the other side. So I'm taking Anthony by a million.
Yeah, it's a quarter. It's a projected total 131 and 133 kind of difference there. So
Patrick Mahomes stinks. He is not what he used to be.
He's a bum. He's a lazy bum for sure.
He is.
Agreed.
He ain't it. Justin Jefferson, who's thrown to him this week? Carson Wentz? Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, exactly.
Brock Bowers is a turd this year so far. Not impressed. I just don't see that team, producing this week. Anthony by a million.
Yeah, I am. This actually might be the first time that a team actually just gets 0 points.
Bold statement.
I'm calling it here.
I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle. I think it's gonna be a close matchup, but Anthony's gonna win.
Okay.
I don't think he wins by a million, but I think Sean scores at least a point.
Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield. He's the real deal down in Tampa Bay. So I think he's gonna get more points than Patrick Mahomes is this week.
So we're 3-0 for Anthony.
Yeah, sorry, Sean. You're going 0 points.
What's the next one?
We got JJ versus Craig.
I'm going Craig simply out of spite because of auto drafting.
Yeah. Yep. Good point. That is a good point, and I think it's the fairest point you could probably make out of that all, if you think about it.
Yeah, I think the big weenie is going to pull something out here.
Yeah. It's got to really tug it.
Really just grab it and twist it here. Looking at just a matchup, right? Just looking at who's playing who. I think Craig has just more favorable matchups with his players against the defenses that they're playing. The one that I think is going to really hurt him. Again, I don't think Kansas City is that good, right? I think they're nowhere near as good as they used to be. I think the determining factor here is if Craig plays the Giants defense against Kansas City, they're going to score points on the Giants defense, just like Dallas did last week. I think that'll be the difference maker right there. And then I think also, JJ has the Lions against Baltimore. They're going to put up a lot of points too. So I think it's going to come down to how bad defenses play and if they get negative points in those two matchups there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm looking at here, and I think this is the big thing. I'm looking at JJ's team picture, and I don't know where. I don't remember what I was thinking. So, all right, moving on.
What's the next one, Adam?
I'm waiting for it. There's crickets. Come on.
His computer is stuck on Grace Chairs' picture.
Exactly. It just won't. I keep hitting the back button and nothing just fucking changes. All right.
She is,
We
she
got
is a good
Snake.
she is a good follow. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Okay. All right. This one's kind of leaning more towards one versus the other here. Xander versus Billy. Billy might be going 0-3 here. Projected total is 113 versus Xander's is 120.
Yeah, I'm going Xander here to go 2-1. I think his team's too strong for Billy. Billy, if relegation were a thing, was gonna be probably fighting a relegation battle all season. Sorry, Bill, love you, but I'm going Xander.
But
Yeah.
Xander he's rocking Lamar Jackson though, so that's the only point you need to take away from that total
So
though.
let me rephrase. Lamar Jackson will probably get injured, but the rest of his team is more so going to make up for it. Outside of maybe Zay Flowers getting hurt too, but the other members of his team will pick up the slack, and they'll still pull out a victory over Bill.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I dig
looking at Xander has two guys, from the Commanders. Again, I think Jane Daniels, if he doesn't play, I think that's the downfall of Xander's team because they're gonna have to run the ball a lot. Las Vegas is gonna know that, stack the box. Terry McLaurin's then not gonna get any receptions or very little. Um, I'll still take Xander just because of Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, but I'm definitely not impressed with Najee Harris being in his starting lineup. But you got to do what you got to do in a 14-team league.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to look at this a little more, and I
Wait,
just really
is it
wanted.
true that Najee Harris shot his eye out with a Roman candle or something? That's why he was hurt.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Pretty damn close. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a 4th of July incident. Yeah.
He did not back up Terry with that one.
Yeah.
So I take it he's not friends with Jason Pierre-Paul then, and didn't learn a lesson.
No,
Right.
exactly.
All
He
right,
went a little too hard. But
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
I'm looking at Billy's team, and it's really hard because I really wanted Saquon Barkley. I don't know if I told you guys that. I just really wish I would have had him on my team. I would have felt a lot more better about it. So it's hard to discount Saquon going up against the Rams, going up against Matt Stafford, who's going to be chucking the ball, probably getting some offense going. So Philly's going to need to keep their offense up too. And maybe AJ Brown gets some better catches out of this then.
That'd be nice, right? But we'll have to see. Their offense hasn't really been nothing to brag about. I mean, they're winning ball games, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I mean, their first game, I think what Jalen Hurts threw for how many passing yards? I mean, maybe 200. I don't even think he threw that many.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And then last week it was stingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So their
Okay.
offense isn't great, but they just find ways to win. The tush push. God, if I have to hear about that on ESPN anymore, I'm just going to stop watching it because I'm tired of everybody bitching about it.
I'd rather hear about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Okay, all right. 3 more here, which includes your guys'. Petrin versus Drew. Definitely leaning toward Petrin on this one. Projected total is 134 versus Drew's 122. And
Petrin.
Drew's could potentially be running. Is he running with
He's
Jake
running
Browning.
Jake Browning.
Yeah, he is. Okay.
I mean, to say Jake Browning is going to get over 22 points in his first game in God knows how long, against Minnesota. Again, not saying Minnesota has this just I mean, I know they have a lot of injuries. They had some illness, last week, but Jake Browning's not going to come out and throw for fucking 300 yards. I mean, that's just doesn't matter who he has. Petrin's got I think this is a good week for Petrin to climb up the rankings a little bit and go 3-0.
Yeah.
This one's my matchup of the week. I think this one's going to be high scoring, and I think it's going to be very close. But I do think Adam is going to win and go 3-0. I think Wade Bogstyle's having a little down year.
Okay.
I'm going Petrin.
Going Petrin. I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm gonna say Drew's gonna take this win. I think I think he's going to pull an upset here. Kind of baseless though, but just saying.
See what happens.
So I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my gut on that one. All right. Trevin versus the Joy of Paintings, Jim Lewis. Jim Boy Lewis.
This is probably the easiest pick I'll ever make. There's like not one doubt in my mind that Jimmy's going 3-0 and taking out Trev. So.
Here's the real question.
Team stinks.
Not only is Jimmy going to enjoy painting, he's going to enjoy being 3-0.
Yeah.
Here's the real question.
Oh man, you've been saving that one, haven't you?
I've been holding that one for a while, yeah. That's why.
I like that.
Here's the real question. How many cell phone numbers has Jimmy Lewis had since he graduated high school?
Listen,
like
it's probably
7.
the same amount of digits that are in a cell phone number.
Yeah, no shit. I think that's the craziest stat you could ever look at is, the amount of money that Elon Musk has compared to how many cell phone numbers Jimmy Lewis has. They're pretty much the same digit, same numeric value at this point.
Yep. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I got Jimmy. Even though I don't want to see him go 3-0, I got Jimmy in this one.
It's like every 2 years you get a text from a random number. This is Jim. It's my new number.
It's like he's a fucking drug dealer.
He's got so many burner phones.
Burners.
Dude, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing that there's a new group chat every 2 years that Jimmy has to get a new cell phone because he's bumping between Cricket and T-Mobile and God knows what else he has.
He's got them all.
Mint Mobile is probably his next one.
Exactly.
What's the retiree one? What's the old person one where you get like the old flip phone?
Jitterbug.
Yeah.
Has the numbers the size of a fucking egg.
His phone number is just 23.
Yeah. It's basically a ham radio. You just dial it in a little bit and you can get Jimmy.
Or the local radio station.
Yeah, hey, you want to get Jimmy? It's 6:40 a.m. It's a national broadcast. He just takes it everywhere with him.
Doesn't mean he can't go 3-0.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's going 3-0.
3-0. If I could have a podcast name, it would be The Joy of Going 3-0. All right, finally, this is the one we've been waiting for. We got two big dogs. They're sitting with me in the chat right now, head to head for week 3. You got Gage v. Blau.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make a pick on this one, Adam. To be honest with you, I think it's very apparent who's gonna win this matchup. I've analyzed the numbers. I've looked at past matchups. There's just too much data skewing towards Brian Exotic winning. So, I think we've talked about at the beginning of the show. Gage accepts mediocrity, quoting people like Mike Tomlin. So, I think he's going to have one of those embarrassing losses. He's going to run his mouth in about 30 seconds about how good he is, and how he's going to win. But it just can't happen. It's just not going to happen.
It's crazy how when you turn 40 years old, your brain just is mush. And Dan just forgets.
I'd like to hear that. I'd like to hear that from a 40-year-old.
How we're in Tahoe, gets his just ass beat in ping pong, but all of a sudden forgets about it. So hey, the brain is slowly deteriorating on a 40-year-old man over on Valley High. So we're just gonna say, we're gonna pull the upset. We're gonna bring Brian Exotic back into the world that we live in and get him out of the stratosphere. And we're gonna keep moving on through this whole league year, see how it plays out. But week 3 is going to come to Florida with the W.
Okay. All right. So, Blau, vote for you. Gage, vote for you. So it comes down to me.
It cancels each other out, just like algebra.
Exactly. I Gage, I'd want to say that I dig your team, but just the Genty hasn't really produced for you. I'm hoping AJ Brown comes around for you. I just don't know. It might be too little, too late. You might want to try and get rid of him soon.
We'll see,
And-
right? We're not on the panic mode yet. We're only 2 games into the season. 2 games doesn't make a season. So
I'll tell you.
we're not there yet. We're
I'll
nowhere
tell you.
close yet.
I'll tell you what. This is a tough one, but Gage, I'm sorry. I got to go with my gut on this one. I'm going with Blau on this one. I think he's probably going to take this one. He's going to go 3-0, but don't let it think that he's going to continue on this hot streak. He's eventually going to have.
Oh,
you know.
I'm gonna go 3-0 totally to get to my head, and Trevin's gonna beat me whenever we play. That's what's gonna happen.
That's what's going to happen.
That's just how karma's. That's just how karma's gonna come back and get me. And I honestly thought, Adam,
Yeah.
you were gonna do a huge heel turn right there after you kind of subtly criticized Gage's team. I thought you were gonna then just
I was really trying to
do the old League Corso heel turn and act like you're going my way, but then completely changing your mind and going with Gage. But I appreciate the support.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I'm probably going to lose. Tony's got a pretty good team, so if I lose, Gage, you lose, we're both going to be 1-2, and we'll just be
That's right.
sitting pretty. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Pretty.
Hey, I just want to say one thing before we depart here, boys. I want to give a shout out to one Brittany Weaver for the photo she sent me that I could put into my team logo there. That is from, I believe, 2016 or 15 of Billy and Trev.
Look at that.
So doing a little bit of a little cropping there. You get a little Billy top, Trev and bottom. So
there it is.
Adam
shout out to Britt Weaver for that photo. It's my girl for the last 20 years.
Adam's browser's been stuck on Grace chairs. Mine's been stuck.
Yeah,
on
I
that
can't.
picture.
I just. Yeah, yours is still on.
Mine's stuck on the Billy and Trev.
Did you make it your desktop background?
Good thing Macy went to bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it the screensaver or the desktop background of Bridget's profile on this computer. Gage, any last parting shots? Words of wisdom.
Wait, Gage, what did you think of the intro? By the way, how about that? What did you think of the intro?
I love it. I love the whole vibe here. I love that you guys are continuing to do this, and every year it's going to get a little bit better with what we're doing, how we're doing it. But just appreciate you guys still week after week leading the charge, putting good content out there.
Thank you.
It definitely makes the league more exciting.
I don't
sure.
really give a shit about our content. I just care about the intro music that I made for us, and that's was it good? That's all I want to know. Is it good? Have you listened to it a million times?
I've not listened to it a million times, but I will say
I have.
But I don't listen to anything a million times. All right, I got to be honest.
No, you don't want it. You don't want it to get old. I hear you.
Precisely.
But you want to keep it gold, not old.
Yeah, that's it. No, just love this. This is the reason. A couple years ago when I was in 4 different fantasy leagues, and we had our first child, I was like, I gotta dwindle it down. And this is the reason, stuff like this is the reason I decided to stick with this one, even though I took a little hiatus and came back. It was just stuff that we're doing, kind of the extracurricular, staying engaged, just like, good shit talking. This is what makes a fantasy league fun. And the competition part is fine, but like this type of stuff. So just shout out to you guys. Thanks for continuing to do it week after week and making the league more than just fantasy football.
Hey.
Well, I selfishly I don't know. I think, I don't know, maybe this isn't even a selfish reason. I think part of the reason we try to get this league every year is what you're saying exactly, Gage. Just getting, we all are scattered at this point and all got a lot of stuff going on. So it's cool to talk to your friends every week, different person every week, talk to Adam every week. And then just have at least, a nice little group chat during the football seasons to keep connected with everybody. So we appreciate everybody that comes on here as well and talks with us.
Yeah. Also, big, good decision on just putting everything into the Discord now. Just too many group messages being branched off in here and couldn't follow much. So I think the best
got
decision
six-
too was just
That's because
everything in
Jimmy
the
got
Discord.
6 new numbers this year.
Yeah, yeah. Jimmy's
Yeah.
jitterbug can't do group messages, so we had to switch it up for him.
I still had to invite like 4 different Jimmy accounts to get into this, to get him into this. So he's got like 6 or 7.
I don't know how he keeps that shit straight. He needs to just stick with one, and if we need to do a GoFundMe so he can pay, a Verizon bill every month
Yeah.
for the rest of his life, Jesus Christ, we got to do it.
I
It's
mean,
getting
he could
ridiculous.
just win the league every year, and that'd be,
Wow.
Adam,
you got
put
a
it up.
snowball chance of hell of that.
This is my last comment. Then we're gonna
Okay.
then we're done. But Adam, put it up for a league vote that ask if I should put our fantasy money into a high yield savings account and give Jimmy all the money off the interest to pay his cell phone bill.
That way he doesn't jump
All right.
carriers every 18
Tell you
months.
what. You message that to the general channel, and I'll make a poll for it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Hey.
All right, frig off.
Frig off.
Frig off, Gage.
Frig off, Gage. Come on, frig off.
Frig off, boys.
Frig off.
My dreams are to die, your team's a dumpster fire. Don't even try, you want my homes for a kicker. You're out of your mind, frig off, buddy. You're wasting my time, frig off, take your trade and go. You're the king of bad offers, thought you should know. Frig off, don't come back again. In the tool shed, we're all tools, my friend. Roster's a joke, it's a circus act. You draft like you're blindfolded, that's a fact. Last place trophies got your name in bold. Frig off, pal, your smack talk's getting old. Trash talk's flying, egos collide. In the tool shed, there's no place to hide. Frig off, take your trade and go. You're the king of bad offers, thought you should know. Frig off, don't come back again. In the tool shed, we're all tools, my friend. Frig off, take your trade and go. You're the king of bad offers, thought you should know. Frig off, don't come back again. In the tool shed, we're all tools, my friend. Your last joker's a joke, it's a circus act. You draft like you're blindfolded, that's a fact. Last place trophies got your name in bold. Frig off, pal, your smack talk's getting old. Trash talk's flying, egos collide. In the tool shed, there's no place to hide. Last place trophies got your name in bold. Frig off, pal, your smack talk's getting old. Frig off. Frig off. We got the coverage, the stats guy, the clown, the gal, the guy who drafts QBs in the first round. Waiver wire or Sunday request. And the crew, that's a place you'll never